Good morning, guys. How are you? This is Jacqueline Hosky, and I'm doing this impromptu video because I was talking to my little cousin last night, and I was just thinking about how proud of him and how excited that I am for him. Because we've talked over the years, we've been communicating over the years, so I know he's been through a lot. But he was telling me how he was finishing up his finals last night, and that his major is in global health. He has a minor in sustainability and anthropology, and he's leaving for New Zealand just next week, so he can do his study abroad for ethno ethno hydrology research. I had to read that from my cell phone because I'm really not familiar with all of these different things. But just in talking to him and thinking about him, and I was just so super, excited, about the man that he has grown into. And I just thought to myself, I was like, wow, he is such a great man. And it had me, and I just started thinking about, all the great men in my life. And the reason, that that's relevant and why I'm here and I'm doing this because, one thing about the media, they would have you to think that most of our men are locked up or in jail or deadbeat dads or not doing anything. But most of the men that I know that's in my circle, that does not describe them. So I wanted to take this time out to let those men know how we appreciate them, that we love them. I want to acknowledge them for the great things that they're doing, not only in their lives, in their family lives, in our communities. And for us, and that we love you, we appreciate you, and that we need you. So I started thinking about, my brother. I'll tell you about my brother. Super, super happy and so proud of my brother. Now, anybody listening at this video knows, if you know me from Churchill, Richmond, Virginia, Hilltop, you know where we came from. You you know the hot mess that we lived in. I'm super excited about my brother because, he did not allow those circumstances to determine the man that he was going to turn into. So instead of making excuses because of what he didn't have, he became the person that he wished he would have had in his life. He became the father. No disrespect to my dad. I'll get to him later, but he became the father figure that he wished he had in his life. He became the husband. He became a great husband, a great father, and he's a great community man. He has a nonprofit organization called Unique Alternatives. Unique Alternatives, and he helped at-risk teenagers in his nonprofit. I love that. I just think it's awesome, and he does it on a shoestring budget, but it's on his heart because the community was there for him, and he wants to be there for the community, and it's on his heart, to really help people because somebody helped him. Somebody was there for him. And so now he's giving back and he's being that person because it's that not because it makes some money, because it doesn't, but because he's passionate about it. And I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of my brother. And I'm happy for my nieces and my nephews because they get to have the life that we never had. I also think about my friends in my life. I have one friend in my life that I've known him for years. And, we're not a couple, no situation like that. He's my friend. But over the years, I feel like that he has helped me grow emotionally. I was so insecure. He was always just such a great, wonderful, friend to me. And I felt like that because he was so honest and candid, it's just a good person, that it helped me grow so much as a woman. I was so naive, so immature, and just crazy. Anybody who knows me know I'm crazy. I was just crazy. I was really crazy, and you're really, really sensitive. But instead of him taking advantage of a crazy, sensitive, girl who at the time had a major crush on him, he took a friendship to me and he decided to be a good friend. And he's been one of my best friends for years. And like I said before, I feel like that he actually raised me in a lot of ways. And when I decided to become venture on his entrepreneurship, he not only encouraged me, he financially supported me. Great guy. I won't say his name because he's so super humble that I know he probably get upset if I say his name on this with this type of platform. But I want to say to you, and you know who you are, thank you. I appreciate you. And I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I just think about a lot of, I just started thinking about a lot of the men that were in my life. And like I said, I'll say this again. I'm saying this because I feel like when brothers do something negative, it's all over the news. It's everywhere. But when they're good people and they do something right, you don't hear about it. Well, that's why I'm here on this public forum and I'm having this conversation with you guys. This is, I want you to tag every man who's ever been good to you. I don't care, who they are. They might not be a relative of yours. You might just admire them from afar for what they do, what you see them doing, if they're working hard, if they're doing something for the community, taking care of their families. You may admire them from afar. I think that you should take the time to tag them and let them know that you recognize who they are and what they're doing, and let them know that they're appreciated. I think about I'm not gonna talk too much because I do talk a lot, but just even when I started, when I was started, back in the day, I thought I was Puff Daddy. I had a record label. Even the brothers that came to me, I was like many times the only female in the different circles and the networks that I was in. But the friendships that I made, with some of those people, like those guys, they were really good to me. They looked after me. They took care of me. They didn't exploit me or take advantage of me or anything. They just admire, the hustle, and they got it, and they took care of me. Even when I went to Philadelphia, these two brothers that I met, they literally took care of me and made sure I was good and was able to move in certain circles, without being affected negatively, because there's just a lot of craziness out here, and I appreciate them and I thank them. Even my boy Mac G, who's a producer. When I needed a studio, he opened his studio up to me. When I was going through a certain situation that was crazy, he opened his couch to me. He did not exploit me. He did not take advantage of me. He did none of those things. He just was supportive, and he just was a good person. And so I'm just saying that, when I think about the men in my life who has affected my life in one way or the other, I know some great men. I know some great brothers, and I appreciate them. And I just want to say, and I want the men out there to know that I don't care how women may think that that you're independent, or, that I don't need a man. Time out for that lie. Because we need you. And we love you. We do. We do. You know why we get upset and harbor so much resentment? And because we need you. We need you. And so I just want to take the time to thank the men in my life. I want to say thank you and I love you. And so those guys out there, those men out there who, you may be a hot mess right now. You may be doing some foul stuff. I mean, everybody, every community, nobody's perfect. But what I want to say to you is that we need you to get it together. We need you to get it together because we need you in order to build, in order to move forward, for us to be whole. We need you. You are powerful and you set the tone. And I'm just going to give you a small example of that. how powerful the men are. There are women out here getting butt shots. Okay, I'm making a shot to get a big butt. Why? Not because it's healthy, because it's what you say you want. Women wear high heels, they spend thousands of dollars to look beautiful. Of course, they, for themselves, but it's because it's a perception of what you want. You're powerful. You set the tone. You do. If you want us to have stronger communities, you become stronger. And watch what happens. You exude your strength. You become who you're supposed to be as far as the head of the household. And watch how those communities change. Now, people do it, women do it all the time because they have to do it. But don't get it twisted. They want you to step up. And they need you to step up. We want you to step up. We need you to step up. Now, I am going to say this to my father. And I want to say this to him because, I know that he thinks that I think negatively of him because for a long time, at a young age, he wasn't there for my brother and I. But what I want to say to him is that even though, you may have not been there all the time, 24/7, the most important thing is that you were there when we needed you. You was there when I needed you the most. When you grow up, you understand that nobody's perfect. I know I'm not. And so you start thinking about the trials that people may have, going through. That's what I thought about when I thought about my father. So let me tell you something about my father. Eddie, let me tell you something about you. I am who I am. I'm alive. I'm good because of you and what you did. When I dropped out of school, I was running in the streets. I got in a lot of trouble. And I really got in some trouble. And, I gave my father a call. I was like, yo, I need this money. Because this dude, literally about to go upside my head. My father tells me, hold tight, I'm going to get you that money. He didn't give me any money. What he did save my life. He was in Brunswick, Georgia, and I was in Richmond, Virginia. The next day, 5 o'clock in the morning, he was knocking at my door, packing my stuff up. It was like, I'm getting you out of here. It was the best thing that ever happened in my life. It changed the direction of my life. I was going down a bad path that a lot of young people go through when we grow up in certain situations. But I was able, I could tell you, you know what? My best friend at that time, the young lady who lived across the street from me, who I was hanging out with, she's dead today. They found their body behind a dumpster trash can. My father begged this young lady to come with us, but she just couldn't leave. She didn't want to. So, Eddie Hosky, thank you. I know you feel like that I resent me, but I don't. I don't. Because when I needed you the most, you were there for me. My mother couldn't do that for me. No woman showed up. My homegirl didn't do that for me. You did that for me. When I first went to college, my mother told me, girl, I don't know how you're going to, we don't have any money. I don't know how you're going to pay for college. She didn't even try. But you bust your butt and you made sure I had my down payment for college. You bought me my first car. I appreciate that. You were there for me when I needed you the most. For goodness sakes, I have an online social media platform. You bought me my first computer. So even though you was not with me or with my mother or with our situation, yes, we had a hard life. But when I needed you the most, when it counted the most, you were there. And that's how come I can tell you I'm good. I'm good in a lot of ways today because You knocked at my door that day. And I want to tell you that I love you. I harbor no resentment towards you. I love you and I appreciate you. And I'm telling you, thank you. Thank you. So, guys, I'm not going to hold you. Like I said, I just got sort of emotional last night when I was talking to my cousin. I was just thinking about, all the beautiful brothers I have in my life. My beautiful friends, my cousins, my brothers. You welcome. You welcome, George. Thank you. We love you, George, and we need you. What's up, Celine? What's up? Nice to see you, brother. But I have 100 things to do. So there's somebody looking at this video, girl, you better get me my work. Okay, so I got things to do. But I just wanted to stop by my beautiful day, and I just wanted to let you know that we love you and we need you. And as I stated before, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, please get it together because we need you. You're powerful. We need you and we want you. We need you. In order for us to build, we need you. So, ladies, even men, if you know somebody in your life who's had a positive impact on you in your life, it may have even been negative because we know that we learn from the negative. We learn from we get our hardest lessons and our best lessons from the negative things that happen in our life. I want you to tag that man and let them know how much you appreciate them. Let them know how much you recognize who you have been in their life. And as I stated before, even if you don't know them, but you may have recognized and see them doing the right thing and doing everything in the community, tag them to this video to let them know that you love them and you appreciate them. Have a great day, Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. I love you.